All right, for more, let's bring in Senior Fellow at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace, Aaron David Miller. He served the State Department as a historian, analyst, negotiator, and advisor to Republican and Democratic secretaries of state, where he helped to formulate U.S. policy on the Middle East and the Arab-Israel peace process. Aaron, great to be with you as always. A lot to break down here. But first, the UN's top court ordered Israel to halt its military offensive in Gaza. The court has no way of enforcing this. So what impact does the order even have?
I think it just increases. First of all, it's further evidence that the Israelis have lost the information war. Wars have strategic political objectives, but they're also fought in the dimension of ideas. And I think the Israelis and public diplomacy, the Israelis have lost this one. It may have been for a while a split screen in the wake of the October 7 terror surge, where Hamas, over a 24-hour period, willfully, statistically murdered Israeli men, women, and children, engaged in serial raping and sexual predation, and took hostages. But that split screen over the last 8 months, I think, has disappeared. And the international community basically sees one screen. And that screen is depicting the exponential rise of Palestinian deaths, large majorities of women and children, civilians, and humanitarian catastrophe.
Yeah, and I know that you know this, that the IDF announced today that the bodies of 3 more hostages have been recovered in Gaza, and they believe the Hamas still has 100 people and 30 bodies. How much leverage do you think Hamas has, and how realistic is it to think the hostages will actually be released?
Well, 8 months into this war, I think it's quite clear that Yahya Sinwar was the architect of the October 7 attacks, and the other senior leaders ensconced in tunnels somewhere below Rafah and Yunus, maybe even tunnels in Sinai, are using tunnels, time, and hostages to negotiate and ultimately trade for something that Sinwar wants, which is a comprehensive ceasefire and an end to the war. He has no plans of becoming a martyr, and I think envisions Hamas as an influential force, either as an insurgency or as a significant actor in Palestinian national politics through intimidation or co-optation. He plans to survive this war. So in that sense, there's very little urgency on the part of Sinwar's part to get what he wants. And the Israelis are obviously reluctant to give it to him.
Before I let you go, I want to bring one of the posts that you had on X. You said once Israeli ops in Rafah and a major Israel ground campaign ends next month, where are we? Hamas survives an insurgency with hostages. Israel continues to operate in and out of Gaza. No effective Palestinian governance. Sporadic delivery of humanitarian assistance. So, Aaron, where does this end? How does it end? And will it ever end?
You know, to end this and to create a more practical pathway, both for the people of Gaza and to ensure that Gaza first is not Gaza only, some political pathway leading, in my judgment, to the best hope to satisfy Palestinian national aspirations and to maintain Israeli security, Palestinian state, you're going to need leadership. And we really don't have it. You have an Israeli government headed by Benjamin Netanyahu on trial for bribery, fraud, and breach of trust 3 years running now in the Jerusalem District Court, who's conflated his own political and legal travails with what he believes to be the best interests of his country. And on the other side, you've got an 89-year-old Mahmoud Abbas, now in the 20th year of a 4-year term, who has very little credibility in the West Bank, been accused of corruption, nepotism. You really do need new leaders.
Well, Aaron David Miller, always great to be with you. Thank you so much for your insights, as always.
Thanks for having me.